Welcome to JSN English Learning. In this video, we will discuss a few questions on Jane Harrison's Stolen. First question. When did Stolen premiere in Melbourne? Okay, it's an Australian Aboriginal play. The question is, when was it premiered? When was it staged? It was staged in the year 1998. Question number 2. When was Bringing Them Home Report? The play Stolen was based on this actual report, Bringing Them Home Report. When was it released? Okay, it was released before the premiere of the play Stolen. It was released in the year 1997. Why was the play Stolen commissioned by Ibijeri? Ibijeri is a theatre cooperative society, and this particular society had a purpose in actually commissioning the play called Stolen. What is the purpose? The main purpose of this particular society to commission the play is to tell important community stories about a generation of Aboriginal people who were stolen from their parents by the settlers, the government led by the settlers. Which theatre cooperative first commissioned the Stolen? Which theatre cooperative first commission? Look at the keywords. First commission. Okay, it is actually the Ibijeri Theatre Cooperative. Next, why was the original title Lost Generation changed to Stolen? Initially, the play Stolen was actually titled The Stolen Children, but it was it was first named as The Lost Children, and then it was renamed as Stolen. Why was it done? That's the question. The answer is the audience argued that the children were not lost, but they were stolen from the Aboriginal parents. Next question. We are getting into the characters. Who is the pale-skinned child, Aboriginal child, adopted into a white family in the play Stolen? The character is Annie, whose bed is decorated with lace curtains and a prettier spread in Stolen. When all the other beds in the adoption center, when it is not so beautiful, but it was damp, dull in color, there was one bed which was with a prettier bedspread and lace curtain. Whose is it? That's the question. Okay, it is Annie's bed. What unresolved struggle defines Annie's life in the play Stolen? She suffers from identity crisis and the crisis of where do I belong? Because initially she doesn't know that she is an Aboriginal. She grows up in a white background, and later the middle class adoptive parents, they tell Annie that you are an Aboriginal child, and she doesn't know to whom do I belong to. Do I belong to the white adoptive parents, or do I belong to the Aboriginal parents? Next question. Who is always described as always on the run? The play Stolenல one character is described as always on the run. எப்பொழுதும் ஓட்டத்திலே இருக்கிறார். யாரு அப்படின்னா ஓட்டம் அப்படிங்கிறது unsettled. The person is Sandy. The person is Sandy. Next one. Which character in Stolen embodies intergenerational trauma, psychological pain by losing her own children? This character represents all the Aboriginal parents from whom children were stolen by the government. Okay, to be given in adoption. Yes, sir, அதை பண்ணாங்க அப்படின்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா they want this Aboriginal people to mingle with the settlers in Australia. Okay, So which character represents that trauma? It is the girl Shirley. Which character in Stolen is excited about becoming a grandmother? Now, you'll be having lot of transformation segment in the play. சின்ன குழந்தைங்களா இருப்பாங்க, பெரியவங்களா மாறுவாங்க, பெரியவங்க இருக்கவங்க சின்ன குழந்தைங்களா மாறுவாங்க. அப்ப which character plays the role of a grandmother expecting a meeting with the grandchild is again the character Shirley. Next one, what does Shirley hold as a symbol of her hope for the family in the play Stolen? Okay, which character? Shirley, and the character holds a symbol in her hand. What is that? A hand knitted jumper. Jumper அப்படின்னா ஏறக்குறைய ஒரு ஸ்வெட்டர் மாதிரி she is knitting, expecting to give it to her her grandchild. Her daughter, one of her daughter, she is able to identify, and then the daughter is expecting a baby, and she is very strong. Shirley, she tells, I will not allow anybody to steal my daughter, granddaughter. They have stolen my children, and I have found only one daughter, and the daughter's child can never be taken away from me. That is the spirit of the Aboriginal people. Question. Who suffers abuse? Abuse in different form. Okay, verbal abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse. Okay, who suffers abuse is trained as a domestic and later declines into mental illness. The character is Ruby. Ruby almost becomes reserved, and she does not want to get back to her family. Next one, who rebels against the system but dies tragically in the jail in the play Stolen? There are 5 main characters, and each one represents one aspect of the stolen generation, how they suffered. And there is one character who fights against the government. Who is that character? Okay, the character is Jimmy. He is found in a prison, the most rebellious character, who always longs to meet his mother, but the institution tells your mother is no more, and there is arguments there. The next one, what thematic question அப்படியே மூவ் பண்ணி போறோம். What theme does Annie's story highlight in Stolen? Annie பத்தி ஒரு ஸ்டோரி இருக்கு, அந்த Annie ஸ்டோரியில இருந்து நமக்கு என்ன தெரியுது அப்படின்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா, it deals with the theme of identity conflict and conflict related to belonging. Whom do I belong? அப்படிங்கிற அவளுக்கு ஒரு கான்ஃபிளிக்ட் வரப்போகுது. அவ ஒயிட் நினைச்சிட்டு இருக்கா, but she is not white, and the white parents do not love her as a parent should love. She is in a dilemma whether to get back to the adoptive parents, because they also come asking for Annie. They want to meet Annie. Annie is not able to decide whom to stay with. And the next one, what theme does Shirley's story highlight in Stolen? Shirley's story, what does it highlight? It highlights the theme of intergenerational trauma. அப்படின்னா problem, angst, sufferings. What theme does Jimmy's story highlight in Stolen? Jimmy உடைய story நமக்கு என்ன theme சொல்லுது அப்படின்னா, it deals with the theme of resistance and rebellion against the system. Next one, what theme does Ruby's story highlight in the play Stolen? It highlights the trauma of abuse and institutionalization. What theme does Sandy's story highlight? Sandy is always on the move. He doesn't settle in one place. He is often kicked out. But what is the theme that is highlighted? The theme of displacement and the theme of alienation. Next one. இப்போ இதில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு செட்டிங் வந்து இட்ஸ் அடாப்டிவ் சென்டர். அந்த அடாப்டிவ்ல மெயின் ப்ராப்பர்ட்டி இஸ் த பெட். இந்த பெட் தனித்தனியாக இருந்துச்சுன்னா அது இண்டிவிஜுவல் ஸ்டோரி, ஒவ்வொருத்தர் பற்றிய ஸ்டோரி சொல்ல போகிறாங்க. அதெல்லாம் ஒன்றா சேர்ந்துச்சுன்னா தே ஆர் கம்மிங் டு சியர் ஈச் அதர். இப்போ இங்கே பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஹூஸ் பெட் இஸ் டர்ன் டு ஃபேஸ் த ஆடியன்ஸ் லைக் அ பிரிசன் செல். அப்போ பிரிசன் ரெபலியன் அப்படின்னாவே இட் இஸ் ஜிம்மிஸ் செல். ஜிம்மி இஸ் லைக் அ பிரிசனர். Next one, who says, I am finally gonna meet my mother? Who says that I'm going to meet my mother? Which character? Our question. Okay. The answer is Jimmy. Jimmy is hopeful of meeting his mother, but he does not meet his mother. Okay. He gets into a fight with a white soldier, a white prison guard, and he is actually verbally abused, physically abused, and then he hangs himself. Next one. In Stolen, who says, I carry my home with me? Okay, he always on the move, carrying memories of his home. It is Sandy. Then, who sings a crazy lullaby in adulthood in Stolen? Who is singing a crazy? Who becomes mentally retarded? Ruby, because often she goes out of the adoption center by way of adoption, and when she comes back, she comes little, reserved, because she is abused to the core in all ways possible. Next one, we are getting into symbolic aspects of the novel. In the play Stolen, what does suitcase symbolize? All the characters, when they enter and the play begins, they come and stand in a diagonal as adults carrying suitcase. What does suitcase symbolize? Okay, it symbolizes the baggage of personal history and unresolved journey. Next one. What object in Stolen symbolizes authority? Authority குறிக்கக்கூடியது எது அப்படின்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா the ringing bell. The ringing bell. When the bell comes, they have to stop their work and they have to get ready for a parade. And they have to go and present themselves well to the white parents who come to adopt them. Next one. What do beds represent in Stolen? Bed as property. What does it represent? It represents the institutions and regimentation. Okay, institutionalization and regimentation. What are children's song used in? Why are children's song used in Stolen? Okay, you find whenever the character returns to the adoptive center, the children they try to sing a song and they try to get to know what really happened to those characters, particularly when it is Ruby who gets back or Jimmy who gets back. All the children, they try to behave like adults singing song and they are trying to get information. So the song is used to emphasize, okay, it is used to emphasize lost innocence. Now, what object in Stolen represents bureaucratic control over children's life? In the children life data, அதனுடைய டாக்குமெண்டேஷன் எந்த பேரண்ட் இருந்து எடுத்தாங்க அப்படிங்கிறது எல்லாத்தையுமே ஒரு கேபினெட்ல, ஒரு ஃபைலிங் கேபினெட்ல அடைச்சு வச்சிருக்காங்க. அந்த சில்ட்ரன் டசன்ட் நோ எனிதிங் அபவுட் who are their original parents, and the parents of the children are not informed about to which family the children is given. All the information is kept in a filing cabinet and it is locked. Next one. What universal theme of Stolen resonated globally? The theme of the play Stolen is a global theme. How did it get to the global level? One is the need for family and belonging. Okay, so what is your home? Your home is your original place from which you came. So here it is the aboriginal background. So the aboriginal children long for their aboriginal roots, and the aboriginal parents, they long for their stolen children. That is the play. Thank you. We shall get back with more MCQ videos. Keep tuned, keep following JSN English Learning. Thank you.